You guys done with the Vider-Silsby talk? Can we get around to this?
I mean, come on. Former rivals are never done with that talk.
Were they rivals? Real? Did you
I
guys
don't
beat?
know.
Did you guys beat Silsby
Probably
all the
not
time?
really.
In most sports. Well, actually, not really. I mean, like baseball, softball type stuff.
So
Well,
everything
we've
that matters,
learned-
basically.
We've learned
Yeah, pretty
Vider's
much.
bigger. You should win all
That's
the games.
true. That's true. We were always a bigger school, so it's really not that fair.
It's not really a rivalry, though. Then, if you just
I
get
don't
beat all the
think
time,
they've ever been like real true rivals.
No,
They're
we
just
haven't.
geographically somewhat close.
but you're okay with Pirates,
I think Silsby's
Vider
true.
Pirates.
We're gonna have to look a little closer than that. I mean, 45 minutes from the coast. That's not
I'm
too
thinking
bad.
he has something against Pirates.
I think so.
I do when somebody from Kerrville calls themselves the Pirates. That's
Hey.
a big problem.
Yeah, we had Ashley Walters. Oh, by the way, Studio 12. Tori Vidales, Keely
Might wanna
Milligan
get
with us
that in
here.
there,
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Ashley Walters was on last week, Keely, and Will was grilling her about Centerpoint Pirates. He's like, there are no Pirates in Kerrville, Texas. And so next time she comes on, she's going to have to bring a list of possible high school mascots with her.
See,
I think Vider Pirates
possible.
works.
I
Well,
think it
Vider
might.
Pirates does
It's
work.
possible a pirate has stepped in Vider in that town's history. I guarantee you, no pirate has ever gone through Kerrville, Texas.
That's a bold statement,
There's
Will.
no-
A lot of history.
Not for considerable amounts of time. I mean,
Fair.
what's out there but cactus and billy goats and hills? There's no water out there.
You know what would settle this?
Okay.
You know what would settle this?
Yeah.
A race. You versus Keely.
I think so.
We already know the outcome.
A 40-yard dash.
I'll,
You'll give him a 30-yard head start, see what
I'll
happens.
slam my hand down and say I forfeit.
So he's done his research.
Right
He already
there.
knows.
Oh, I know. I know we've got speed in
me and
studio
Keely raced the other
today.
day, and
How'd you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, how'd that go?
I mean, I won, so I
Yeah,
mean,
Tori
you know,
kinda
it's
whipped me.
whatever.
What?
You know.
I don't believe it unless there's video evidence.
Do you guys
There
in
was not a video evidence.
in the off season at some point do you time, home to first? Do you time all that?
We do a 20-yard dash in the indoor track, so it's not like as accurate just because in the game you have cleats and you have to
Right,
get out of
right.
the box, and that's the hardest part for me. But but yeah, we time at the very beginning and then at the end of the fall, so we kind of like measure to see how well we've been doing and if we've like gained any speed or anything like that. So
Is Keely tops in this category?
no, me.
I'm not buying this.
You
You sold it.
No, I
Give
mean,
me credit. You sold it.
Yeah,
So
that
now
was
the
good.
real answer is Keely
Yeah,
tops in
yeah.
this category.
What was it, like a 2.4?
Around there.
2.4.
It was.
Yeah, mine was like
Something like
2.5. You know, so
You ever run a 40-yard dash?
I have, but when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Oh, well, that's.
yeah, we don't usually run those.
Do you
Yeah, we
remember your
don't.
time when you were in sophomore?
When it was about like I would run around 4.64.
Oh my
I
god!
wonder what you run today.
The one time I ran it was
4.64.
like
Yeah,
five
my dad
flat.
likes to go out there and time. He's like, "Hey, why don't we go to the track and I'll time you and some stuff." I'm like, "Well, that sounds like a good time."
That's similar. That's similar to my time
That
because
is
in a
literally
40
the
I'd run a
opposite of my dad's
6.44.
conversation.
It's the same numbers.
Similar to my time in the
6.4.
40. Yeah, I'd run a 6.44. So it's pretty close.
Similar numbers. Similar numbers. Well, Keely, how many does she have now? I don't even know. 39. Jeez.
Stolen bases this year?
Yeah. That already beats the team total from last year. By
Joe
herself.
said. Joe said we added extra speed this year. I didn't know she
Yeah.
was just talking about Keely.
What's your
I have one, okay?
Yeah, you got
You
one.
do
There you
have
go.
one.
There you go.
It was a double steal, but you know.
Hey, it still counts in the book, right?
It does.
It still counts in the book. Keely, what's it been like for you, freshman year, Texas? And I mean, I know the stolen bases are what stands out, but your first, I guess you're halfway through, a little over halfway through your first year at Texas A&M. What's it been like?
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, definitely wasn't exactly what I expected. I think I expected everything to be a whole lot more, I guess, strict and us to not have nearly as much fun as we do on the road and everything. But it's definitely been a surprise, and it's great coming here and playing with so many players that are, I guess, better than you and up to your level, which is not something I really had before. I mean, a lot of players didn't, but it's fun coming here and seeing what you're really capable of with all these other players.
And then for you, with what you bring as a slapper and with the speed, defenses pretty much know what you're going to attempt to do every time you step up to bat. Is that kind of fun for you to mentally say, all right, I'm going to try to beat them? Because they know what's coming. They're going to set their defense. How much fun is that for you to try to challenge them? And then when you beat them, how much fun is that?
That's pretty, it's really nice being able to finally hit one past a third baseman or something that's been in your face because they expect you to bunt it or something. So it's a lot of fun because I can just be like, haha. Gotcha.
Back off a bit.
Just step off.
Yeah.
Move it back a little bit.
It's been an excellent year for you guys. 27-6 as we look forward to this weekend. But Tori, really, for the first time, adversity strikes. The Georgia series didn't go the way you wanted, but if you're going to be great, this is something you have to endure, that rough spot in the season like you're coming off of.
Yeah, I think these losses really kind of is a learning curve for us, and it's something that we're not used to, losing a lot. Obviously, we only have 6 losses on the year, but we really need to learn how to learn from this. So taking these 3 losses, we have to look back at what we weren't able to do. So we weren't able to adjust with runners in scoring position. What were we? Do you know? 7 for 34 with runners in scoring position.
So you had your chances.
I'm glad Evan Roberts, our media relations director, is in here.
Yeah.
He can feed the info.
Stats man.
He's quick, too. Yeah, so, I mean, that just shows right there we had opportunities and we just didn't get it done. And I think Georgia really took advantage of their runners in scoring position and found a way to get on base, and that's something that we didn't do. So as we learn and move forward, that's what we got to really focus on, is scoring our runners and being aggressive. I think we were kind of passive this weekend, so –
Yeah, and I like what you said there, because I think when you're 27-3, you can still have some, not necessarily deficiencies, but some kinks you have to work out. But when you're 27-3, they can go unnoticed or overlooked. It comes in a time of defeat when you then say, you snap the finger and say, okay, maybe here is one of those kinks we've got to work out now.
Right, and I think us being so young is kind of playing into that, because – once you're ranked so high, I mean, we were at 4 when we went into this, and Georgia was 12. So knowing that we're supposed to beat them, you can't just go into the game and say, oh, whatever, we're going to beat them. You know, every game is a battle. And I think that being young, you don't really understand that just because you're ranked higher than someone doesn't mean you can't get a game taken from you just like that. So really just fighting and battling no matter who we're playing. We could be playing the number 1 ranked team and the number 25 ranked team. It doesn't really matter who it is. Everyone's going to come, and they're coming for you. So we really just got to step up and do what we know how to do and really fight.
Tori Vidales and Keeli Milligan with us here on Studio 12. The Aggies at home this weekend against the Arkansas Razorbacks at the Aggie Softball Complex, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Tori, one of the things that I'm going to take out of this weekend, really from a positive side, you know, Samantha didn't have her best weekend, but that's going to happen from time to time when you're carrying the load in the circle. Kayla Ober out of the bullpen, especially on, well, I guess I was going to say Sunday, but it's a night game on Saturday that gave you guys a chance, kept you in the game. And then Trinity Harrington, who eventually did get knocked out of the game, but was able to extend an outing for the first time in a while. I think those may be 2 encouraging things to take out of the weekend from a pitching standpoint.
Absolutely. I think Trinity not being in the circle this much with her slight back problems, she is really come back in there showing us that she's getting in there and really doing what we know that she can do, because I mean we saw her all fall and she was amazing, lights out. And her being able to come in the middle of the season, not just the beginning but the middle, and really show us that she's going to overcome that slight pain in her back and overcome that mentally and physically. I think that showed a lot to us that she can continue in this game and really take us far. And for Kayla, she just has been lights out for us, and I know that she puts in the work, and she's so selfless with it. She works hard every single day. She may not get a chance every single game to get in there, but whenever she does, she really makes the most of it. And that showed the LSU series as well. Or no, excuse me, Georgia Southern. She got in there. She held them to how many runs? 2, probably, I think it was.
Kept you in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Kept us in the game 100%. If I had to say there was an MVP of that game, that would be her. I mean, she got up there. No one was really hitting. She got up there and doubled to the right center wall and just kept us in the game. And I think that's such a huge thing, is taking advantage of the chances that you do get. And that's something that she does every time. And we know she works hard, so I'm happy to see her in that position.
Yeah. Keely, I always like to ask student athletes, especially a freshman, about the recruiting process. And we were just talking about maybe adversity struck and how tough it is in the SEC. You're going to face a battle, anybody you face in the SEC. Was that part of the attraction of playing at Texas A&M, the I guess somewhat the new league that we're in, the Southeastern Conference, during that recruiting process for you?
It for sure was. I wanted to come here. I knew that I wanted to play softball at the highest level I possibly could, and the SEC is where I could get that. So I didn't want to go to a team and be the best player or go out and, play against people that I felt like I was playing against in select or something. So I come here and I wanted to play in front of a big crowd, have the opportunity to do that. I knew I wanted to have the opportunity to play for a national championship, and I feel like you have all of that here at Texas A&M.
No doubt. And did you take notice last year? I guess maybe you've already committed. I don't know if you had signed that 5 of the 8 in the College World Series last year was the SEC. Did you ever kind of think about, wow, look what I'm about to go face here next year?
Oh, I for sure did. I knew exactly what I was coming in to face, and I was already, like, as a senior in high school or even before, I was already looking at their pictures on TV and like, well, I'm going to have to hit her next year.
I think we all do that.
Yeah. Well, it's good to do a little early scouting.
Yeah,
There's
really
nothing
was.
wrong
I was
with
like,
that.
well, she wants
Yeah, right.
Man.
Everyone's striking out on it. Oh, well, watch the rise
If
ball.
you just lay off of it.
Well, then you come in with confidence. That's not going to be me, though.
Yeah.
She won't get me out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't swing at that.
No, I'll lay off that.
I like that. Keely, I wanted to ask you, too, about your class. You know, Tori is one of the, quote, veterans of this team, is the sophomore class, just a sophomore. You guys, as your 4, you know, with Caitlin Alderink, with Samantha Shaw, and, of course, with Riley, and then you, Joe has said that these 2 classes back-to-back, maybe 2 of the best back-to-back classes they've ever put together at Texas A&M. How close are you guys as a group now? I know you live together, so we're going to also need to know who's the messiest, who's the cleanest,
man.
Oh,
who's the best chef.
But
first off, like, you know, how close are you guys specifically as a freshman class on this team?
We're actually really, really close. Coach Evans compares us a lot with the Amanda Scarborough, Jamie Loprice group and how great of friends they are. But Caitlin Alderink is my best friend. We are together all the time.
Got kind of an eye roll.
Yeah,
from Tori.
we really get along super well, which is really surprising. We actually are going to live together again next year.
Okay. So what about at the house? Who's the messiest of the 4? Who's the best cook of the 4? Let's do that so you don't get in trouble.
Not Caitlin.
Not Caitlin. I got to tell you about her sandwich a little bit. Okay. So we really don't
cook a whole lot.
But when we did at the beginning of the year, I cooked a little bit, but I'm not a great cook, but I was the only one who kind of cooked. I tried.
What'd you cook, though? Like?
Oh, usually like a grilled chicken breast with some type of rice or something.
All right, good.
Tori's got
Tamale
some lean pockets in her freezer if you need any.
Lean pocket.
Hey, they're pepperoni.
I have to say, I think the messiest, and really nobody's that messy, and like she totally, if possibly Riley.
I'd do that. I was going to say that.
But she'll clean and stuff. Like if anybody's going to really go in there and clean, it's probably going to be Riley. So I mean, it's not a big deal. But every day I come in the house and she leaves the pantry door wide open, and it drives me crazy. And I'll send her a picture of it and be like, "Why? Why do you do this? I don't understand why you have to leave the door wide open every time."
So if you had a pet, you would know that that's the first thing you close is the pantry door.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a pet, I get it, but
sprint those right out the front door.
Oh, we had a mouse.
Oh, gosh.
You know
that
mouse. Hey, that's not a pet.
They had a
That's
mouse.
not a pet. A mouse. You know,
that is a rodent.
if you see a mouse in there, you're supposed to get it out of there. It's not for you.
We tried. It finally left. I put out traps though, but it just went on
Did you
its
really
own.
put out a trap?
I really did. There was a mouse living in our pantry. We had to get rid of everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
That's what you get for leaving the door open.
Yeah, Riley invited that mouse in.
They'll do it.
College.
Is there a team? I don't know. Some call them team clowns. The funniest person on the team. I mean, whether it's freshman, sophomore, anybody. Is there somebody who provides maybe the levity in a tense moment? Is there someone on this squad that fits that bill?
I wouldn't say in intense moments because we all know kind of when to draw it back, but definitely Alex and Erica are like our 2 clowns. Sure. Like when they get together separately, they're a mess, but when they get together, oh my gosh, like everyone just like in tears. And also Bree. Bree's really funny, but Bree gets on her tangents where it's not necessarily what she's saying, it's how she's reacting to it. So she's like one of those people that'll say something, but she'll start laughing. So she'll be like, oh my God, I got to tell you this story, but... And then she'll start laughing really hard. And you guys saw when she came in here how she laughed. And then she starts crying.
She'll cry.
And so everyone else is just dying at the fact that she's like
And
crying.
No story's been told.
Yeah, I mean, have we gotten through the story?
No, there's never a story.
The story never gets told.
I'll be 20 minutes later. I'll be like, oh, hey, what were you saying? Oh, my gosh, I got to tell you. And then it'll all happen over again.
You know that story you didn't get to?
Yeah.
We kind of do that on this show. You know?
Yeah, we do a little
We
bit.
just get caught up in the middle of a train of thought and we don't really finish.
We just kind of
Yeah.
go off wherever.
Yeah.
And we also tune each other out. It kind of works well.
Yeah. If there's a lot of, what were you saying? I wasn't really.
Yeah, I was checking my phone.
Or
It
you
was,
just
on
I
keep
wasn't
Twitter.
really
talking.
paying attention.
It was on Twitter. It was on Twitter.
What'd you think of that basketball game last night? I don't know. What'd you say? One of them.
What's this game? What is
What
this game?
basketball game?
Yeah. Who'd we play?
Game? What?
Yeah.
Well, guys, best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
See, this wasn't so bad, huh? I mean,
No.
what did you? Probably,
Will you
know,
come back?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I'll come back.
So, yeah,
Is there
Tor-
anybody,
Tori making
Tori,
the
who
freshman
you've
come.
brought here that said they're not coming back? Don't make me do that again.
Actually, no. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Just it's a
But
matter of
yeah.
time.
This is a fun place to be, so I'm sure they've all enjoyed their time on Studio 12.
That-
Oh, shameless plug.
That's a good VO for the new intro.
I like it.
Studio 12.
I like
Sound
it.
like you're.
You give me the voice.
She's coming for your job,
Sound
Will.
like you're like at a car show, like Into the Future. This model.
I can be the Vanna White of the Studio 12.
Put the letters up on the wall. See if you can guess what
know.
the.
Can you sing the
We
jingle?
need interchangeable
Guess the school
background.
mascot.
Yeah. There we go.
We're
Little
keeping-
Hangman style,
we're keeping
Wheel of
pirates.
Fortune style.
We're keeping pirates. I'm sorry.
I'll allow it. Bulldog.
Ashley's not going to be happy about this when she finds out you're letting her
Technically,
keep
we've got-
pirates.
What
Laporte
color
should
is
be
her
the
school,
pirate.
though?
Yeah, I don't know. What is Center Point?
I
Yeah,
think
because
they're
you guys are
gold.
yellow and black, aren't you?
Oh, we're black and gold.
Or black and gold?
I
Yeah.
think-
Laporte's orange and white, aren't they?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
What's Center
LP.
Point, Will?
I don't know what Center Point is.
We'll check that out.
I
We'll know
don't-
next time. We'll get it figured
I'm
out.
sure it's inappropriate.
I want to say it's like
It's-
blue or green, but I don't know.
Or red.
don't
It could be
even
purple.
hey,
You're gonna be
don't
putting
even
on
worry
black
about
and
what it
gold.
is. We're getting it changed.
All right.
Just gonna fix it out.
Sounds good.
Keely and Tori, thank y'all for the time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you. so
4-game
much.
homestand starting with the Razorbacks.
Yep.